Welcome back and prepare to be bedazzled because today another Netflix epic video is slated to transpire. Today I'm going to be shedding light on the story, which is that I quit my restaurant server job after working over 10 employee shifts at the employer's job site. Was this job devoid of redeeming qualities? How would I rate this experience in the form of a quantitative score? I have to rate this experience to be a negative infinity out of 10. Lamentably, much to my dismay, much to my consternation, much to my chagrin, much to my grief, much to my agony, much to my irritation, much to my agitation, most real private sector employee jobs based on voluntary demand are often deemed to be dead-end, highly time-depleting, debilitating, minimum wage, dispiriting, unfulfilling, undesirable, harrowing, distressful, brutally wretched, and inevitably agonizing jobs that not only dispossess an employee out of almost of his sacrosanct time, but that also do not furnish him with anything close to even 1/4 of a subsistence wage for affording housing. Furthermore, most real private sector employers are keen on not offering any benefits nor any pensions to their employees. So, when I worked as a restaurant server, I was quiet hired in to work multiple jobs simultaneously, and that exacerbated the job experience. I worked as a prep cook in tandem was working as a busser, in conjunction was working as a server, and I was also barred from accepting tips. So working most real private sector employee jobs based on voluntary demand will not allow you to significantly ameliorate your financial health. If you do not want to be destitute, then become an entrepreneur and subsequently establish and build up sizable recurring revenue streams on autopilot by working in worthwhile entrepreneurial capacities. As this restaurant server job, I was micromanaged. I detest and disdain being micromanaged. Furthermore, I undergone strenuous, brutal, grueling manual labor. Working this restaurant server job was a sheer and utter waste of time. It provided me with a negligible amount of short-term relief. Working most real private sector employee jobs based on voluntary demand is a Brobdingnagian misallocation of your precious, finite, and valuable, indispensable, sacrosanct time. Most real private sector employers will provide you with an infinitesimal amount of fiat currency for working employee shifts, and your emolument that you receive from them will be in the form of a minimum wage, which will furnish you with a negligible amount of purchasing power and will not furnish you with the requisite amount of purchasing power to even attain a low standard of living. So, to recapitulate, working this restaurant server job was an egregiously abysmal experience in all facets. And once again, I would rate this experience to be a negative infinity out of 10 in the form of a quantitative score. Employers should desist from micromanaging their employees. They should allow their employees who work as restaurant servers to accept tips, and the employee working conditions should be significantly ameliorated. Once again, I hope that you deem this video to be riveting, captivating, mesmerizing, insightful, enthralling, intriguing, engrossing, informative, and amusing. I hope that you are entrenched in the unalloyed epicness. Thanks for watching. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.